Hi there, it's Miley with Mustard Seed Social Live. Um, Today we're going to be talking about Facebook ad setup changes due to the Apple updates. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Miley. I'm a Facebook ad specialist, and I've been doing marketing in offices across the U.S. for the last couple of decades. In 2017, I decided to open up this ad agency that helps small businesses with Facebook and Instagram. Then in 2018, I decided to focus on Facebook ads. So what we're going to go over today in terms of the Facebook ad setup changes are, first of all, what are the Apple updates? 2, what are aggregated events? And then 3, I'm going to show you how to implement aggregated events. All right, so to begin, I'm going to explain what the Apple updates are. If you're already familiar with point 1, then you might want to go to point 2, which is aggregated events. So what are the Apple updates? We're going to go over that. So these basically, Apple is going to allow its product users to opt out of ad tracking. So I am a big Apple fan. Everything I have is Apple, iPhone, desktop, laptop. We used to have iPads, those died, so I don't have those anymore. But basically, for Apple users like myself, I'm going to get a notification that's going to invite me to opt out of ad tracking. And specifically what this is going to mean for Facebook is that there will be limited tracking. So it's not that there won't be any tracking, but there will be significantly less tracking. So for example, it will show that I went to a specific page. It will show my last action off of Facebook, but it won't show any prior, and it won't show any demographic information. It will just like be, this is, what someone did, but it will only show their last action. Okay, so that's an example of specifically what will happen when Apple's opt-out occurs, which is expected to happen in April. And Facebook is trying to comply with these new standards, even though it doesn't like them, and you've probably seen them fighting in the news. But yes, so that's what the Apple updates are. It's just basically a notification that people are going to get. Most people are going to see it on their phones. It can enable them to opt out of tracking. Not everyone will opt out. People who are concerned about their privacy will opt out, and then there will be less tracking for Facebook ads. So here, what we're doing today is we're going to be going over a process that Facebook requires. So Facebook, if you're going to do ads that run off the platform that take people off of Facebook to any other website, then Facebook requires that you do 2 processes. One is domain verification, which is covered in another video further up on the page. And the second process is aggregated events. So I'll be talking about that too, aggregated events. So let's go over what that is, and then we'll go over how to implement that. So aggregated events, as Facebook defines it, is a process that, quote, allows measurement of web events from iOS 14 users. So this is why I'm here, because sometimes it sort of gets so technical. It helps to explain a little bit. So what it is that in the past, and also for people who are not Apple product users, Facebook just does all the tracking and notes all the events and sends back all the things you did and also who you are, your demographics, back to the platform. So for this process, what it's saying is that for aggregated events, Facebook is requiring that you register 8 events that you want to be tracked for Apple products users and prioritize those. So that's all it is you have all these events, and you're saying these are the 8 events that I want tracked, because Facebook won't track all of them for Apple products, just 8, and you get a chance to prioritize them. If you don't prioritize them, Facebook will prioritize them for you based on the actions that are happening most often. So just to back up a little bit and explain what an event is. Event is just an action that someone took on a website. So, I think I will go to a visual for this because it might be a little clearer. So I will go straight to the visual for this. Let's go here. I just need to set this up. Oh, so I need to put share screen. And I do this one. I like this much better. Me small. Here's the screen. Okay, so an event, and this is something that you will have already set up most likely. An event is just a little bit of code that you put on a page, and then when someone visits that page, it fires and sends that information back to Facebook. So, like for example, you pick the name of the event. So here's the Chrome Pixel Helper. I installed it in my browser to let me know that my Pixel is installed, and then I added this event, view content. So these two tend to always show up on every page, but here's an event, a little bit of code that I put on here, and the code is called view content because I want it to send back to me when anyone visits my About Us page. So I hope that is clear. If you're not already familiar with standard events, that's kind of beyond the scope of this tutorial. I can explain a little more, but basically events, this is for tracking whenever someone goes to specific pages of your website, and you can register both standard events and custom events. Okay, so this is the specific event that we're going to be quote unquote registering today, the view content. So usually by the time, for most people, these are all set up across many websites, and notably you can only track 8. And so this is your chance to specify those and also to prioritize those. Okay, so here I am in Ads Manager, where this second process, aggregated events, needs to be set up. So now we're on to 3, how to set up aggregated events. And so actually this process is super simple and so much easier than domain verification. I mean, if you're already familiar with events, that is. But so basically go to your Ads Manager, and then for the specific ad account in question, click Events Manager, and that will take you to this page. And then you select your pixel, your regular pixel. This is like for offline events, but this should match, what is here. And then just scroll down, and there's a little tag here. There's notifications all over Facebook that I think might take you around, but explain things. So basically, once you're in Events Manager, click Aggregated Event Management, and then it's pretty straightforward. Configure web events. I already verified my domain, so it's showing up here. So I can click that and click Manage Events. I get a notice that, basically it's nice that you're setting these up, but if these events that you're registering are associated with any ads, the ads might not launch for 3 days, is what this is saying. And it's also saying you pretty much, those ads, once they're created with these events, are limited to these events. Like if you try to switch out events, the ads will just shut off. So this is just introducing some limitations around this. It could take up to 3 days for any ads with these new events to be in here while this is configured, and then those ads are pretty much married to these events. Okay, so click Edit, and then just add event. Choose the pixel, choose the event. So I did this last night, and this is showing up now. I added that event for this demonstration. So I just click that, and then I click submit. Okay, event configuration changes will apply immediately. Yes, that's great. Please apply. You've configured. So then you just go through and do that for all your events. So this is top priority event 1, but you can, and then you can add 2 and 3. Let me see. I wonder if I can reprioritize these. I hadn't planned this, so this might be interesting, but because I believe that you can. I need to see some more, an ad account where I did that. Or so here's one with multiple events, highest priority, lowest priority, manage events. Can I like rearrange these? Okay, so that's how you rearrange. You just drag and drop. This is all very intuitive, so I still want so that's how you also reorganize or prioritize events, which is nice. The complexity is actually sort of in understanding what it is and actually doing it. But yes, you do have to do it. You have to go ahead and register the events and then prioritize the events. And if you have any questions around exactly what are events, let me know, and I can maybe explain those in another video. And then also, if you want more of a prediction on the impact this might have on Facebook ads, I'm happy to talk to that too. I understand this is all pretty technical, so I want to try and limit my tutorials and not go too much down the rabbit hole. So I'm just going to say, if you're interested in those, let me know, and I'll talk about it at another point in time. But this is my overview. This is what I've gone over what the Apple updates are, what aggregated events are, and how to implement them. I would love to know if you have any questions. Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you there in the comments. Thanks.